Hey guys, welcome back. This is Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we always talk about how we try to avoid Twitter drama. And somehow Twitter drama just tends to ferret people out.
That was my fault.
And find them. And anyway, so there was a list being circulated yesterday on Twitter about channels that...
It was a couple days ago, it looks like.
A couple days ago, yeah. I found it yesterday. Right. So this individual, Stephen Walton, said, these channels, these YouTube channels, and he was cool about it. Like, he was not trying to insult anyone. Was trying to, point out all the channels that he considers part of the Fandom Menace or Comicsgate or whatever, any sort of like pro-fan.
Actually, yeah, most of them, what they have in common is they didn't like Last Jedi.
Pretty much. So this guy's just like, hey, calling all the Fandom Menace, stand up and be counted. And we made the list.
Even though we really haven't been
not really
Fandom Menace.
No.
I guess we have some of the similar ideas, but other people point out that we're in the Fandom Menace, we don't really fit exactly.
No, I mean, we talk about Star Wars sometimes, not as much as we used to.
I know. I think I can see where we could maybe possibly fit, but I also don't think that we actually have said we are. So, but it was funny. That's not the problem. I don't care if we put in a list. Thank you for thinking of us. We appreciate
that. Thank you, Steven,
that.
for thinking. So
but what I thought was funny was his comment when he shared the list, which was, list of toxic YouTube channels that you should avoid like the plague. You can read that. I'm not doing it.
Bleep every last one of you.
No thanks. You have to buy me dinner first.
This is Dr. Ragnarok. So this dude decided he was going to broadcast. So someone got a list together to be like, hey, these channels are pretty cool. We like these channels. And this dude decided he was going to broadcast the list and be like, these are the toxic people you should avoid because they're all toxic. But it kind of backfired. There are a few there I haven't been watching. Thanks for letting me know so I can sub. Our friend Matt Deckard. Yellow Flash, proud to even be listed with these fine folks.
There's a lot of people that go down the list and they're like saying that,
That's so
like,
cute.
Thanks for the free press.
Are you jealous we make people happy? Why so mean, bro? Oh,
and then there's me.
No, thank you. I'm married. Also, toxic must mean something way different than what it used to. You have a nice day, though.
I was trying to be nice.
Don't you know you're toxic?
Okay, so anyway.
Geeky sort of like. Oh, okay.
Okay. And it went off the rails.
Yeah, so a few of the channels mentioned actually have bisexual folks in there. There are, look, it's so dumb. Like, this whole thing, they try, because somebody's trying to, I think down the list here, they're talking about, oh, here we go. What's the Fandom Menace? A group that imposes their agenda onto a franchise. Too many women. Cast should be all white, no homosexual characters, etc.
My two favorite characters in the new series are Finn and Poe. Not that they're gay, but they're not white, is my point.
No, I think Finn, I'm mad they ruined Finn for me, because he had a really good arc.
So I was just like, well, none of that's true for our channel. No, I mean, I have said that I think some of the women in the last movie, I think they just they turned men into idiots or jerks just to make the women look bigger or better. But I don't really think we fall into that. What are you doing?
No, I was looking through the list here. Like, I know some of these people are not straight. I know there are a lot of women on the list. I know some of these folks are not white.
And I know some people on here are like mean about it or anything either. So, like, they don't say anything nasty or hateful. We don't either. But it's funny. We can go back to what happened with it.
Yeah.
So then what happened was basically this one person tried to tell me that I have internalized misogyny. Well, you have to go to my comment first. Do you have it? Okay. So he it's in this exchange right here.
All right.
He's like, you hate to be internalized. I'm like, I don't internalize, I hate Last Jedi. I knew what he was saying. I was being sarcastic. What's funnier to me is that not liking a movie somehow means you're some kind of ist or phobe, and it's laughably stupid. Internalized is internalized misogyny in your case. Oh, here he came. I knew where he was going. I was like, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and just assume that's not where he was going.
Just to clarify, this dude is SJW James Bond, once Nazis banned. I can't imagine what this dude's political bent is.
At this point, he has no idea what I think about anything. No. He has no idea why I don't like Last Jedi. He has no idea whatever. He just, because this person made the comment that it's because of these things, even though it's not true, That's what he's going to. Internalize is an internalized misogyny in your case. So I was like I never heard that one before. Not liking a movie doesn't make you have internalized misogyny, especially when there are many reasons for not have nothing to do with gender. Like, you don't have to like The Last Jedi because of gender. I mean, they assassinated Luke. They had stupid jokes. Don't even get me started on the sucking on the milk cow thing. I mean, they had a lot of things. There's tangents that didn't make any sense. I mean, there's a lot of reasons not to like it that have nothing to do with women or men. By that logic, I guess that people that like it all have internalized misandry, which is hating men. Again, it's laughably stupid. And then I was like, and then he's going on with that, and I was like, also, if you really want to go the way of misogyny, then men telling me what I should and shouldn't support or think as a woman should be mansplaining me. And according to Kurt logic, is a form of misogyny. So by telling me I have internalized misogyny, it's proving your misogyny. To which he then made some comment that didn't even make sense about, well, you're part of the Fandom Menace. Oh, yeah, find it hard to believe you're telling the truth. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. And I was like, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
I'm like, I don't have time to play with trolling anyway. At this point, he goes and blocks me.
He blocks. You're
so that's fine.
You're
I mean, I was going to talk it out, but he blocks me, whatever. So then apparently after he blocked me, when he knew I couldn't read what he was writing, he decided to write, I'm not even going to read this.
A Spanish slur, basically.
It could mean slut, prostitute, or bitch. It could mean any of those
pretty
things.
Much. And waits until after he blocks it. So he was talking behind Geeky's back, insults her in Spanish.
But Jeffrey had my back.
Jeffrey had Geeky's back. Thank you, Jeffrey. He's also rude. It's a slur against women in Spanish.
He let me know, and I was like, okay, wait, so he's slut-shaming me too now. So basically, he's all about how you can't be, we're going to be, we have to support women. You can't, hating on women's wrong unless I'm hating on you.
Yeah, so, yeah, and that's it.
And then he tried to make comments that you have on your thing here.
Right, so.
You can still see it.
I can still see it.
Because he was too stupid to realize that my husband was there and could still see it.
So I put, lovely people dude tries to tell Geeky she has internalized misogyny because she didn't like a movie naturally. She calls his ass out.
Of course I did.
Dude blocks her and then calls her that word behind her back. But he's all for women's rights. I need a drink. And this is what,
He's like, we're in a cult now.
Yeah.
Says this person who can't even listen to what reasons are.
Got my Spanish mixed up. Wanted to call somebody a bastard, but accidentally said that word. Yikes. Sorry.
So wait, because that's much better. Calling me a bastard is so much better than calling me a prostitute, slut.
So...
Biatch.
Let me get this straight. You don't speak Spanish. You're trying to insult someone in Spanish. A woman in Spanish, isn't that kind of like cultural appropriation?
Yeah, there you go.
You don't even...
So we got misogyny, slut-shaming, and cultural appropriation, except I'm not a slut. But, and then you can't mix up those words. I mean, how would you mix those up?
Call her bastardo, but I didn't somehow realize that was the actual word. Oh, come on.
Yeah, no. Every people who speak Spanish were on there telling me what it meant. Something he said was meaning.
And you should cut out from getting in a cult.
Well, yeah, because...
What?
Cult. And it's like, and the funny thing in all of this.
What
in
cult?
All of this. All because we're on a list. He never listened to any videos.
Because we're on a list.
Doesn't know what my opinions are about any of this at all. He just assumed because it's on a list that I hate it for these reasons that he has been taught, like, from the cult.
Oh my God. So
that I'm going to hate it.
So this list was actually put together in earnest by people who support the Fandom Menace and Comicsgate. It wasn't put together, but it's being used maliciously now to single out channels that they feel are problematic. And if you haven't been put on the radar yet, you're on it now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I'm meaning. It's like this list comes up, and because it's on a list, they're going to the old Twitter mind think, or group hive mind. Well, if they don't like The Last Jedi, they have to be these things because Twitter told me that's the case. But most of the people on that list aren't even the way they're describing. That's not what they're saying at all.
Twitter told me what to think.
But you know what? If you're on that list, you're in a cult. Yeah. Just so you know. So all my fellow cultists, hey, high five.
Yeah,
we're all in a cult now. Even though we're not the ones, all reading off a card about what's,
This is my, yeah, here we go. I prefer to think of myself as independent. So this is normal. Like, look, you can't say anything. This goes back to the other video we did on the one dude writing the article for the New York Post, where he said, about Twitter and Medium and sort of like everybody just out for high fives on social media. Twitter and Medium are like openly hostile to anybody who has any independent thought at all.
Yeah, if you're just like a little bit right or far left, you might as well be far right as far as they're concerned, and they don't even listen to you.
No, and this is so funny because people are like, oh my gosh, eventually you're going to be targeted by like the anti-Comicsgate people and the anti-Fandom Menace people and the anti-whatever anime gate people. It's like, too late. We've already been called Nazis by Anime News Network.
Yeah, because we were just like, can we have some evidence, please? I mean, I'm not saying that you did or didn't. I just want to see the evidence.
Right. Oh
how dare you,
God,
you
how
Nazi.
dare you? And we've already had,
We've been called alt-right Nazis because we questioned sales numbers in Marvel and whether or not it would affect comics as a whole.
That's all it took. And to go back to like how we kind of got into all of this on YouTube, it goes back to 2017. I wrote a very innocuous article on why are Marvel sales dropping? Why is everybody talking about this? Because I really wasn't following it, very much, because we pretty much walked away from comics at that point. And oh my God, people just dogpiled.
What was it? You got called alt-right, and as soon as you got called that, a bunch of your friends just unfollowed you for no reason. They didn't even talk to you or ask you. They just unfollowed you.
Yeah. So here's the thing: if there is any dissent at all, especially in comics right now, if there is any dissent at all, and you're working in comics, intentional or otherwise, unless you make a big show out of renouncing the Fandom Menace or Comicsgate or Animegate or where the hell gate it is now on Twitter, you will be blacklisted. I guarantee you there are lists circulating around most of the comic book companies. These are the people we do not work with. I had people I worked with for years that knew me, that could vouch for me. They even knew where I stood politically, and they immediately unfollowed me.
Well, because politically we actually lean left, which is really funny. But you know what I renounce? I renounce hive mind groupthink. I renounce stupid lists where you block people for no reason other than they might know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, because you don't actually check them out to find out they belong on a list. I just think, and I'm not talking about this list, I'm talking about like the block list on Twitter. I renounce that kind of BS. The stuff that goes down is, and the bullying and the targeting and all that crap is stupid.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And
this whole thing was stupid. I kept mentioning, this is really stupid. What the heck?
And there are people literally behind the scenes, and you hear about it, from other YouTube channels, that like their entire livelihood, like they get up in the morning and the first thing they think about is how to destroy these YouTube channels. It's like, and all they do is they make more fodder for the YouTube channels to make fun of because they're
they're like, guys,
stupid.
You're just, I'm like, dude. And this wasn't even the guy that was after. He wasn't even the same guy who posted this. It's just funny. Anyway, it was stupid. I kept saying this whole thing's stupid.
It's like what they call pose law, where it's like the dude is such a cartoon. I gotta wonder if it isn't someone from the other side posing as.
We thought at first it was like they were trolling. We thought it was like someone just like just messing.
Yeah.
Like, because it was the name alone. We're like, oh, is this somebody?
That's what I thought. I was like, SJW James Bond. Come on. I was
just playing along at first because I'm like, oh, he's somebody that's messing. And then I'm like, this guy is a mess, and oh my gosh, this guy is nuts. That's what I was like. I was waiting for I was going to get the benefit of the doubt, and there he comes, internalized misogyny. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, and then as soon as he blocked you, it was like, oh my God, I didn't mean to like call her that. I just wanted to call her a bastard.
I just wanted to call her another name. I just wanted to call her another foul name. I don't know
Spanish very well.
You know what? I didn't call him names.
No, nobody has to call.
I didn't, it wasn't necessary.
I've had quasi conversations. I don't engage too much with these people on Twitter. I just, mute them or whatever. But I've had conversations with people that try to like turn me away from the dark side, and when it got ridiculous, I'm just like, hey, we're done with the convo. And I've had people like block me just for asking them questions. This kind of like reminds me of like, when we had like, Jehovah's Witnesses show up at our house and I wanted to give them literature back, but they wouldn't take it. It was kind of like that, where like, let's have a discussion. There was no discussion.
Yeah, what's happened here? It's like,
as
soon as I called him out on his behavior and his assumptions, and, he's trying to say, I have internalized misogyny, and I pointed out his misogyny, then he just like, I have to hit and block her because, I don't know what to say to that. I don't have an argument. Block.
Yeah, and that's just it. And they
block her and then call her names. Ha! God's last word.
And it does remind me. It's almost kind of religious. The way that they've got lists. They're targeting the sinners, the people they have to purge. And if you have a YouTube channel, you don't even have to have a YouTube channel. If you follow YouTube channels that they deem problematic, they're part of that list. You're probably being blocked. you know, stupidly, because these people think they own Twitter, you know, and you know, frankly, they can have it because Twitter's Twitter's a dumpster fire. They can have it, but
don't care.
But you know, when it bleeds over into the real world and like really stupid stuff happens in the real world, it gets insane. And all of this for what? For like what's the end game?
You didn't like a movie.
Because you don't like a movie, or you want to make comics that don't, you know.
I don't like a movie. So what? I'm sure there's movies he doesn't like that I do like.
Yeah, who cares?
So what?
Who cares? And if you don't like the comic books that these people are making, don't buy them. Like,
easy.
Is it really that hard?
It's not.
No, but you can't stand it that a lot of people don't agree with you. You cannot stand that there are people out there making hundreds of thousands of dollars off of their comic book projects just for sticking up for the fans.
Well, you know what I think is funny? If you don't like it, well, it's not for you. Just don't go then. Don't badmouth it. But then they do. But then they badmouth.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like whatever.
Whatever. Twitter's dumb. Twitter's a silly place. But just so you know,
a silly place.
Just so you know, there absolutely are lists. That one was circulated publicly again in good faith.
Hey, there's a good list. Go look at it.
Yeah, there you go. So I don't know. I don't have anything to add to this.
I already said a lot.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, rants, gaming videos, art videos, and more here on Clownfish TV. Goodbye. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.